Well, I'll pass that information along, all right? So let's get started, all right?
Yes.
So I'm just going to need you to
ready.
sit back, relax,
I've been, trying to
and
imagine it. And
stop
I don't know
talking.
how it's gonna go.
All right,
just take it slow.
I will.
A new form of COVID-19 testing may be appearing soon, and it's aimed at a much younger demographic. From Reach TV Studios in Hollywood, you're watching What's Trending. My name is Dominic Welton. Be sure to like and subscribe for more content. And if you've been wondering about the progression of COVID-19 testing, well, there just may be a new kid-friendly test coming your way.
Questo è un tampone per la raccolta del secreto salivare. Come dire, il punto di forza di questa metodologia è la non invasività, per cui è rivolta fondamentalmente ai nostri piccoli utenti.
This new form of testing is much less invasive than the cotton swab test and may prove to be the kid-friendly version of COVID-19 testing. The patient will insert a small piece of cotton into their mouth that they can then chew on like bubble gum. Although the Italian medical officials who have developed this test have stated that this is in no means a replacement to regular COVID testing, but it may be a helpful choice to test children who are going back to school. Now, this could be incredibly useful for US students as children have gone back to in-person learning, leaving parents and families with really a lot of mixed emotions.
A new study tonight finding cases in children rising from 2% to 10% since the spring. And as New York City children go back to school for the first time, the alarming rise in cases right here in this city threatening to close the schools again.
All across the country, we saw viral TikToks showing how COVID-19 cases were rising with students starting to go back to in-person classes. Although most students are still being required to wear masks while in class, there are mask breaks, lunch periods, and desk setups that could allow the virus to spread. According to the CDC, any close interaction with someone for over 10 minutes who could have COVID-19 is considered high risk. The virus is known to spread mainly from person to person by those in close contact with one another. Respiratory droplets are produced by an infected person when they cough, sneeze, or talk, and these droplets can then land in the mouths and noses of those nearby and infect them with COVID-19. This is why wearing a mask at all times is so important. Some schools with new COVID cases are even having to shut back down or halt their original reopening plans. And even though we'd like to believe that all schools are practicing social distancing, unfortunately, that's not always the case. Back at the beginning of August, we covered the photo from inside a Georgia high school that went viral as it showed the reality of hosting in-person classes again. Many students were crowded together and some were seen not wearing a mask. One Twitter user stated they could have just mandated some real precautions and everyone would have been happy. Teachers and students safer still get school face-to-face. A lot of outrage happened at the lack of mandatory testing in open school districts. There are currently two main kinds of COVID tests in the US, viral tests and antibody tests. Viral tests tell if you have a current infection, and the antibody test tells you if you've had the infection previously. It's being recommended that everyone who is able to gets tested, especially those in high-risk settings we talked about earlier. Going back to this new test though, the response was overwhelmingly positive on Twitter. One user stated, "Smart, good way to test kids without traumatizing them. Make something like this for strep." Another user noted their kid may like this type of testing. "Not sure the age range, my 10-year-old had no trouble doing the saliva swab given to adults. However, he may enjoy this one more." Another parent tweets, "Administering a test to a child is a freaking nightmare. Please work." This user and others speculate if bringing this method to the US would make testing kids who are returning to in-person schools easier. This could help the number of American COVID cases. Remember, according to Johns Hopkins University, the US has about 4% of the world population, but has 25% of the COVID cases. So what do you think about these new tests? Should they be implemented into the US? Let us know in the comments down below. As always, I'm Dominic. You're watching What's Trending. We'll see you guys later.